The people at the wedding all died. All that you see now are reflections. Their consciousness trapped within the void energies of this place. Everyone else who's come in here has died. How is it that none of you have succumbed to the madness? Who are you?
Well, I know of one other who didn't die, who's been in here before.
She kind of looks
Do you
at you
remember
curiously.
Toby? Toby the woodsman?
She says, You were the ones outside all those years ago.
Years?
She
It's been maybe a
says,
few weeks.
Yes, I do remember Toby. Like you, he seemed to be resistant to the energies of this place. She says, but how is that possible?
Perhaps through my belief in Paylor.
She says, many holy men have come and gone through this place, losing their sanity and their lives. Faith is not what protects you. It's something more.
Perhaps it's Paylor himself.
Is anyone else saying anything?
I whisper, like, slowly, because I'm dumb, isn't it? Like, Dotor, like, thinks, maybe I'm not affected because there's nothing much to affect me with. Because he knows, like, he isn't, like, knowledgeful or anything like that, so he's like, maybe because I don't know about those things, they don't affect me.
She says, you are not members of the followers of the Red Wizard. You're not like him. Nor are you powerful demigods. I don't understand how the void energies could pass over you as they do. Though I do sense they are slowly affecting you, though not nearly as quick as the others who've been drawn into this place.
Perhaps these energies you speak of are just waning in power.
Says no. Void energy does not wane. A piece of it was stolen when the ritual was cast over this place. The Shadow Lord, as he called himself, he pulled the souls of these people to do his dark rituals. And his experiments unwittingly pulled a part of the void along with his ritual. She says, I am part of that consciousness of the void, ripped from the collective of the darkness against my will.
So this Shanlord, do you know his name?
She says, I believe he called himself Malik.
And this happened 100 years ago.
Yes. During the ceremony, I believe your people had some kind of bonding ceremony. A dwarven member of royalty. He used the influx of people to try to get as many souls as he could. Though through the actions of a brave individual, his attempts were thwarted. And he was only able to get the members inside the church rather than those of the surrounding countryside. Well, inside part of the town and the church, she says. Also, I'm getting a bunch of background noise from you, Damien.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She says, I'll have to observe you for longer. There must be an answer. And she just kind of stands there for a moment, thinking. Does anyone want to do anything?
I'm gonna like grab Damien and Dotor and like pull them to the opposite side. Well, I'm actually going to pull them down this corridor, out of earshot of her.
All right. So you kind of assume just lead them over there.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, okay, so everything she's saying, does it sound familiar at all to anyone?
Nope.
Well, the fact about that weird ritual kind of reminds me of what Jaden was doing, but at a much grander scale.
Not just that, like the whole thing that he was doing with the people. Like, the people that were in Chaur, the prisoners he had, he life trained them. Now, I'm not going to say that he would have made but we are also aware of what they would. Okay. Oliver's gonna be like, do you remember soul gems?
Yes, there's 2 in that bag right there.
Yeah, no, not that. Remember how they're made?
They're draining the life of hundreds.
Yeah. So what do you think this Malik is trying to do?
Well, that's what it sounds like to me. But you
So
said some
I'm
individual
wondering.
thwarted him, right?
That's
Said
what she
someone
said.
thwarted him and trapped him here, and I find it very bloody odd that on the cursed church that resides in Chaur, your cousin was doing something very suspiciously familiar to what he was doing.
Well, last I checked, he isn't 100+ years old.
Last I checked, Malik is a dead spirit with a possessive body.
Okay, you got a point.
Wait, do you guys know who Malik is?
He just told
He's
us.
just said he's the guy who did this
Shadowlord,
whole
yeah.
thing and got sealed in here.
Well,
He's when he just said Shadow Lord.
you just mentioned possessing a body.
Yeah, because if he's a spirit who's been sealed away in this place for 100 years, like every spirit we've run into in this place, we've not run into a physical body. We've not run into a human being. Everything's been the spirit.
All right.
Like, so if Malik is like every other thing we've run into here, he's a spirit. I don't know how he'd get out I mean, could he do it though? He'd be trapped in the church.
Okay, so we know spirits can possess people. Because it's happened before. Cole was possessed by a spirit last time we were here. Briefly, but he was.
Was he able to leave the cursed church with the?
He never entered the church.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, no, Cole? No, it was Toby.
Oh, that's what Sorry, I thought you meant Toby. Yeah, no, I don't think Co-entered here. As far as
Roderick told us that there was a boundary of how far the spirits could go. When Co was possessed, did he go beyond that boundary?
No, we quickly beat the spirit out of him.
Okay. So we know it's possible to be possessed and to leave the cursed church. We just don't know if it's possible to be possessed and leave beyond the boundary you guys know the spirits can't leave. So then I don't get why Blackwater would come to the cursed church.
Toby was possessed, but we never got to the bottom of it.
Zation, she says, suddenly appearing next
to you.
Oh,
shit.
You are Zation, aren't you?
Fuck me! Do you mind private conversation here?
She says, that would make sense. You're soulless. That's why this place only affects you partially.
I'm sorry, what?
She says, soulless. It's hard to explain. But you're Zation. That must be why you have not succumbed to the madness. She says, I was suspicious of your friend as well. But it makes sense. She says,
what does Zation mean?
She says, I don't exactly know. something that your people possess, at least some of you, a connection to some other force, but I know it goes beyond the reaches of the void. She says, I don't think I've ever met one or met a Zation before. But as I said, that would make sense to why you've been able to hold your sanity. She says, perhaps you can escape this place. Perhaps you can even find out where Malik went.
So he
Where
escaped
he
this
went.
place.
She says, I cannot exactly explain, but I can show you, or at least the echoes within this void energy can show you. She says, you should venture deeper into here. You'll see what happened, and maybe you can make sense of it. She says, but you have to act quickly. If you wait too long, you might be absorbed into this place, like your friend and the others.
What happened to Shock?
Friend? What friend?
She says, Shock, unfortunately, is not Zation like yourselves. He did not have the protection.
Okay. Meaning what?
Meaning he's
He's
gone.
no longer with us.
He's dead?
She just remains silent. She says, venture
You know
deeper
where his
into this
body
place
is?
and see what you can uncover. And then she would just vanish.
Do you know where his body is? Right, well, at least that's one loose end tied up. Shock's dead.
At least that's what
No.
she said, because she could lie. She could be lying.
True. She could. Which way
If
do we want
there's
to
no
go?
body, he's still there, right?
Unless there's a body, he could be fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's entirely how that works.
Alright.
Oliver looks at Damien kind of like, really?
I take these
Right, what
doors.
would... Okay, Oliver follows.
Alright, so you go up to that door, attempting to step through. And you would appear elsewhere. Standing in another room, which is partially flooded, with slime in it. However, right
Picture
away...
time.
Sorry, what?
I was just joking. I just said picture time.
Picture time. Yeah, picture time. There's a bunch of water in here. But in this room, you would see two individuals kind of standing over near the door. Nervously, almost like they're guarding the area or waiting for someone.
I will, before they go, I will grab Damien and Dotor and just be like, no, just see what they're doing. Like I said, spirits are actors in a play. Let's just see what the play portrays.
Okie dokie.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
Guess I wait
Watch
and
and
see
see
what
what these dead people do. Or while I'm doing counter charm.
Alright, so you approach them cautiously. Again, it almost seems like they don't notice you're here. One of them kind of looks to the other and says nervously, I don't know why Blackwater wants us to stay here. I think this is a bad idea. We should stick together in this place. He says, well, he pays us. We do as he says. The other guy just shrugs. I don't know. I don't like it. What do you want to do?
Oliver looks at Damien just like, was
Oliver,
this
she
you?
said this was 100 years ago, right?
She said what happened was 100 years ago. It doesn't mean everything in here is 100 years old.
Give me an Arcana check. I'll say Arcana or any of the magical knowledges.
Can I make it untrained?
Yeah, sure. You might know something, it just might not be as much.
That rolled an 8.
Alright, so 13. So Oliver, yeah, you get the feeling that this this void energy of this place, whatever this place is, seems to be uh, um, kind of reflecting events that happened in the past, almost like they were kind of burned into it. These people, you would guess, since they don't seem to be talking about a wedding or like dressed in the type of attire the wedding guests were dressed in, you would guess this may have happened more recently. Maybe after the church's fall. Maybe someone else was in here.
Okay.
Especially
Oliver
judging
will
by
walk.
the fact that they said Blackwater. It could be your cousin, Damien.
I mean, it could be a family
Could be.
name. I don't know how old the Blackwater family is.
Oh, well, they were around 100 years ago. So I guess, yeah, they could be
Okay.
talking about maybe one of your ancestors.
Mhm.
I don't think it
Right.
was during the wedding, but I think it's sometime after. But it doesn't narrow down who.
Exactly.
And I'm
Do
guessing
I
there's not
know?
like any. Around.
I was going to ask if I know how old Galen is.
Oh, he's probably about 40 tops. So if this was from 100 years ago, it's very unlikely they're talking about him.
It'll probably be my great grandparents or his
And I'm
grandparents.
guessing that fashion in Gaian doesn't change as quickly as fashion does in our world. So it's like there's no fashion things that would give us a hint to this was 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Fashion,
Uh,
hairstyles, anything like that.
Give me a history check.
Okay.
Oh, I'm proficient in history, so I'll roll that as well.
Sure. So the clothing they wear suggests a more common or a more modern era. You might actually notice that also the symbols on their armor mark them as Galen's troops. So these are definitely Galen's people.
And
But
when did he
again,
move out
there's no
here?
way Galen could have been around 100 years ago unless he, yeah, is lying to you about something. What do you want to do?
This is
Wait,
strange.
what were the
This is
things?
all
What
very
was the things?
strange.
What were the things she said to you about 2 years ago?
This
2 years
guy
ago?
starts looking over in the group's direction. He says, "Did you hear that?" He says, "I think there's something close by." And they're both kind of looking around, worried now.
I'm looking around to see if there's anything that's going to appear in the room that they saw that we've not seen yet.
Wait, what are you talking about, Oliver? 2 years
Tell me in
ago.
a minute.
You're doing what now?
I want to look around the room to see if there's any part of this flashback that's changed, or anything's coming in that we haven't noticed because of what they've just said about hearing something. If it's an echo from us, or if there is something else.
So as you're looking around, one of them, again, the one kind of looking in this direction, says, "Oh gods, what's that?" And he's looking kind of towards the group. And they both grab their weaponry as a large darkness sort of comes out of the shadows here, rushing at them. They attempt to flee but cannot get the door open soon enough, and they are engulfed in it. As they
Are there
kind of fade away.
bodies there?
You don't see their bodies, which means you would guess either someone dragged them away or maybe this vision didn't actually happen here like the other one. It's hard to say.
Okay. Oliver, after seeing that, Oliver will look to Damien and be. Remember when she said that when you said about Toby coming here, she said that happened 2 years ago, and you said no, it was only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe time works differently here. I mean, I know there's some planes that it works differently on. Like a few months can pass one place and years can pass here, but I don't know. Maybe?
Then
But that would make
maybe
no sense because if Galen had come here, then time would have had to have passed differently. He, in theory, depending on how long he spent here and how time works, the difference works, he'd be older than what he's told you? Younger?
oh
Sorry,
oh
Dotor. This is
maybe
kind of based on a lot of stuff that happened before your time.
No
Sorry.
issues. That
maybe
actually
time
got really
doesn't.
interesting.
Yeah, maybe time doesn't work different, and maybe this actually did happen 2 years ago.
No, but what I'm
So-
saying is, if he came here 2 years ago, or was in here for argument's say a week, maybe that could have been the 2 years going by.
So just really quickly, you would notice now the green masses starting to split and more of that darkness kind of leaking through.
Oh,
Though they
let's
haven't,
talk in the other room.
yeah, they haven't
Reiterate,
come at you
run!
Yeah, let's talk in the other room. Go.
Oliver runs for that door. Oliver runs for that door, keeping everybody in my counter chart.
Yet. All right.
Oliver's
Walk.
like, let's go!
Like walk or talk. You can't do both.
I could walk and talk. Run!
So you quickly run to the door, grabbing it, which would put you on the other side. It seems like there is a hallway here that goes in several different directions.
Yeah, but for argument's
There is-
sake, Oliver, let's say time
Yeah.
passes normally
Yeah.
here.
Don't go out my counter charm. Come back
So
to the aura.
as you step over there, Dotor, you would notice down the hall another one of those guards who's kind of up against the door over here, kind of pushing at it, trying to get it open. He seems very nervous as he's like looking back down the hall as if something is following him.
Oliver will like grab Dotor and Damien and just like put his finger to his lips and go shh, and just point down there to watch. Probably take a couple steps forward just to see.
Alright, so yeah, he is frantically kind of slamming his shoulder against the door, yelling, Blackwater, where are you? Help! Ah! And then he just suddenly fades away as if something attacked him, much like the others. But again, there's no body
sign
here.
of what it. There's no sign of what it was.
No, this time you didn't see anything. There was no dark miasma coming towards him.
What do you think about if time was passing normally, Damien?
If time passes normally, maybe this happened 2 years ago.
But then why would you say that you guys visited 2 years ago?
Maybe it was Galen. That's you 2 years ago.
No, but you said you had been here. You and Toby and them had been here 2 years ago. Not that
How loud are you guys talking?
Galen had been.
Just out of curiosity.
Not very loud.
I think just
I'm just
normal
saying
talking
Yeah.
volume, right?
Alright, so
We want to.
there is a door here as you're walking past, and one down here. Dotor, you think, actually you and Oliver, you think you hear someone talking on the other side of this door.
Again, I put my finger to my mouth.
But you can't
Say,
hear
be
what
quiet.
they're saying.
I just wanted to
continue.
mention, I forgot to mention it last time, but it didn't matter that much. But I do have this.
Giving
Yeah,
you
both of us have it.
charm resistance? Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Try to
and
remember that.
I have it as well as a Tarko. Cool. I'm gonna like do the be quiet, carry on counter charming because Damien doesn't get it, and then touch the door to open it.
Alright, so as you
Same.
touch the door, You would vanish again, but give me one moment to set something up.
This is getting
Mhm.
spooky, guys.
You know, I was just saying to you, like, the woman
Spooky.
said that
Spooky.
Toby, Ko, and you like visited 2 years ago, but usually it was a couple of weeks. So I'm like, that going off that logic, it depends how long he was in here for.
I guess it also depends if she means people who actually got inside, because we never really made it inside the
But she
first time around.
recognized you guys. That's the thing.
Alright, so on the, it seems you appear elsewhere. As you go through the door, you would see a familiar face in here.
Pooping time.
That's over there to be watched. Yeah. Come on, get the popcorn.
Say
Oh,
movie
what's
time.
this popcorn?
Pardon? What
Oh,
did
it's
you
a
Um,
say,
thing
Raven?
I had. Thing back home. Don't worry, I'll show it you eventually.
so, yeah, you would see your cousin in here, along with two guards. The two guards seem very worried, where your cousin is kind of holding a box of some sort, like a small jewelry box. And he says, "At last." And he pulls out a ring, looking closely at it. He says, "This is what we needed." And the other two say, or one of them says, "What about the other guards?" And he says, "There's nothing we can do for them. They've been separated. We just have to get out of here ourselves. Maybe we can help them on the way out, but this is what we came in here for." And he places the ring on his finger.
Does it
Is
look
it on
like?
his finger to this day?
Hmm?
Is it on his finger to this day? Like last time we talked
Oh,
to
yeah,
him?
you've seen him wearing this ring. This is one of the 3 keys
One of the 3 keys.
to the
Okay.
vault. Yeah.
These guards that we see here, they look like with guards we've seen in the Cursed Church through visions, or guards that were out with him, or that I've seen in his estate when I was schmoozing.
You've never seen these two, whoever they are, before this.
Okay.
So he'll put on the ring and say, "We'll do what we can to help them on the way back, but we must make it out of here alive if we can." He says it might be too late for them. He says they knew the risks when they took the job. Now quickly, let's move. And he's going to go towards this north door, walking through it with them. And as he does, you would notice that the box is still on the floor over here, the jewelry box.
Open.
Give me an insight check. I guess any of you. You might realize something.
Pretty decent. Huh.
Okay. So you're starting to wonder, as like these environments seem a little bit different, or maybe could be different from where some of these events may have been happening. You're not sure what this place is. Everything just seems odd here. And yeah, as you go look at the box, I assume Dotor, that's what you were doing.
Precisely, yeah.
It does seem to be empty. There's nothing in it right now.
But
Yeah.
it is physical. Like I can actually touch it, right?
Strangely enough, yeah.
Huh.
Okay, so this was
Maybe
an
this is the
actual room.
same room. Yeah.
Although this room now is like dank and flooded.
Alright, let's
Scoop up the water.
see what happens.
Get the water.
Damien, I'm going to tell you this now. Your cousin's a cunt. Touch the door.
I'm going to agree with you.
Alright, so as you touch that door, you are suddenly elsewhere. In some sort of circular room where the middle of the room is flooded. And you would see a bunch of bones floating around in the water, alongside a
Hey,
bunch
Dojo,
more of that dark miasma.
give me the picture. I'm gonna
Certainly.
start. Oh fuck! I was gonna start scooping up the water.
Does it look like Shock's equipment?
No, you don't see any Ashok stuff in there.
We do not recognize the bodies in the water, I assume.
No, it just seems like bones.
If
Okay.
they're so bloody, then there's a chance, guys.
So I'm gonna put you down a little just so you're not in the wall.
Oh.
So you're not in the water, you're just kind of standing on the edge there. What do you want to do?
Just
I'm gonna try
Sure.
scooping the water and see what these things do.
Alright, so if you touch the water or scoop it a little, the darkness doesn't seem to react.
Okay, I'm gonna keep
At
scooping the
least
water to
Before.
so
reduce it.
far. Alright,
too.
so you continue to
I'll
scoop.
keep doing that until I see a reaction from the miasma, and then I'll like stop and see what they do.
Alright, and Damien, are you kind of moving around the side of the pool?
Yeah, I just wanted to go around and see what's up
Okay.
like this.
Give me an sorry, one moment. Yeah, give me a act, or actually, I'll use your passive, Oliver. So with your investigation, passive investigation, you don't see much in this room in the way of like signs of movement. You would guess that a lot of these bodies were just dumped in this place unceremoniously.
I'll tell them all that and just go, the bodies were dumped in here by something.
And let's see, you're scooping the water out.
I look at Oliver and say, I've been thinking about it. A lot of the time, there's been water in the rooms with people dying or whatever happened to them. But if when there's bodies, there's no blood or anything that would mark that there was blood on the walls. For example, really old blood that still like tainted the color of the walls. Is it possible the water? Like I don't know. I had to say it, but you've been talking about illusions and those like something strange happening. Is it possible the water is actually blood?
Give me an intelligence
Wait.
save.
Who?
I'll say all three of you as he says that.
I'll just say,
Fuck.
Alright, so now kind of looking at the water, it does seem to have a weird red tint to it after he said that.
Yo!
but this still looks
Has
like water.
all the
to
water?
Jotor.
You're not sure how you
Has
didn't
all of the
notice
water-
that before. Yeah, there's like kind of a red tint around this water that grows a
No,
little
I mean
bit.
like all the water we've seen in this place, has it all had a red tint to it now, realizing?
You're not sure, but this water in here definitely does.
That
I look
was...
at the picture and just go, I wonder if this is a vampiric picture. Oh well.
Ooh.
Carry on going.
Alright, so you're continuing to drain the water.
Yep.
The
We're-
quote unquote water. Yeah.
We're in too deep now.
Alright,
Heck, they don't need it anymore.
A second hour at this point is about to pass. It's now about 4:40, from what you think. Give me another wisdom save.
I've been doing the whole counter charm even while I'm scooping this up, so
This wouldn't be
does
a
everybody get
charm.
advantage? Okay.
Do we know
Okay,
the
so
DC or
You all made it, though. Again, it feels like the mental pressure of this place is growing over time. You feel like just a terrible weight upon your minds. Yeah, something about this place is definitely affecting you. Though, at least so far, it hasn't affected you too much.
Let's see if we can find that other exit.
So, you drain the water for a bit, because you've been here a while, and you can kind of see now, with your passive perception, Oliver, that there is something at the bottom of the water, about 10 feet down. 10 feet deep, I mean.
Is it 10 feet in the water?
Yeah,
How much
so
we've been
like
reduced?
basically the water, now you can tell, was about 10 feet deep. I'll say you drained like maybe 4 feet off the top. And at the bottom, everyone give me a d20 roll.
Oh god.
Do you have your wish list, Dotor?
No, I was working on it.
Alright, do you have any of, because your wish list is supposed to be 4 items. Do you have, go ahead.
One of the item was the pardon me, I was got it out. So I had the list, but it wasn't put in the sec. So one of the item was the Eldritch Claw tattoo and the Insignia of Colors. Both of them would be the items
Okay.
I was most looking forward to. Otherwise, there was
So,
also the gauntlets of Ogre Power. But those are all like uncommon. There's not really any rare or any higher than that I'm looking forward to.
excuse me. Alright. So, give me a D100 roll.
Sure. Hey.
So, could you type out those 2 items in chat? Sorry.
Certainly.
I want to take a look at those. You said those were both uncommon.
Mm-hmm. One sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, first one, like the gauntlet, I don't really care about it that much, but it is something that would be nice.
Alright, give me a D4 roll. Okay. So, you would see, yeah, it looks like at the bottom of the water there, there are 2 large gauntlets.
Oh.
Kind of submerged in the reddish water.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, there's gauntlets at the bottom of this.
Oh,
But you would have to jump down into the tank to get them, into the water.
That's not. Does anybody want them? Because I'm not risking my life.
Unless you have another way of getting them out.
Wait, what are we doing?
There's gauntlets of ogre strength at the bottom of this.
Oh, you know there are gauntlets. You don't know there are gauntlets of ogre strength.
Blood vat.
I guess I'll grab them if Dotor doesn't want to grab them.
Are you going to jump
I'll
into
grab
the
them.
vat to get them?
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage as my main action.
So Dotor's doing it.
Well, you don't have to disengage. There's no enemies on you right now.
I mean, I can see the Masmia in the water, so I'm not confident that some might spawn afterwards. I don't know. No?
Yeah,
I just reach into the
they
water.
would have to be actually attacking / threatening you for you to need to disengage.
I'm in the
I
water.
was
Boom, go.
like disengaging to like dash afterwards. That's why. But,
I mean, I guess you could cautiously jump in.
yeah, that's what I'll do instead. Then
All right.
I'll jump in,
So you kind
slowly
of,
get to it.
yeah, like lower yourself down into the tank, moving between these little floaty darkness things. Are you gonna dive under the water to grab the gauntlets?
How many feet is it away?
It's about 6 feet down.
I can actually grab it.
Oh,
No.
that's right. You got your
Oh,
reach.
yeah.
You got your long arms. Although I don't
Power
know
the
if your
bugbear.
I don't know if your arms are actually that long or just you can reach that far. Like maybe
I
I'm not.
think they're um.
I gotta say long
It's
limbed.
for melee attacks only. Rule of cool.
You have like monkey arms. Um,
Yeah.
how would that? I'm guessing since it says melee attacks only, it's probably more meant that you can just like bend in certain ways to reach further.
But
Um,
it would be strange, actually. I don't know why they said melee attack. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, to only be melee attacks. Should be for everything.
you really don't
Like,
want
I
to
mean,
put your
your
head under
arms
the
are long.
water, huh?
No, I don't want to.
That's
I don't
fair.
want to put it on the water. Oh.
Sure. So maybe like you kind of bend down in a way that you can keep your head above water.
Mhm.
Grabbing these gauntlets. So yeah, you would get these strange gauntlets. Go ahead and add them to your inventory. Not sure what they do.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Luckily, these darkness blobs don't seem to react.
I'll
And
do a lap
I
around, see what's here. If nothing triggers anything that looks interesting, I'll grab the door handle and
Uh,
teleport out.
so as you are attempting to climb out,
Mhm.
Dotor, you feel something grab at your hand.
Fuck that.
Turning around, you would see your friend again, the one who died in the water, saying, "Don't leave me."
Oh no 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 no.
Do we
What are
all
you gonna
see
do?
Again.
this or just him?
You probably don't notice this, because yeah,
Okay.
Dotor at least so far is acting normally. But no, you wouldn't see it basically. What do you want to do, Dotor?
Startled, I turn around quickly to realize, that's the one and my friend who died. I try to remain calm and not panic
Give me a
because
wisdom save at advantage as you try to keep your mind at ease, telling yourself this can't be her. She's not actually here.
let's
23.
go.
All right, so yeah, you kind of close your eyes for a moment, like breathing, and as you open them, yeah, no one's there. Just more bones.
Okay, and I get out of the water because fuck the water.
This
That's
Not
place.
Like
recognize
Oliver looks
bodies
at
in the
those.
water.
Oliver looked at those just like, you spent a long time in that water. What was going on?
I did not recognize the bodies in the water.
Okay, I never thought you did. Right, shall we get going?
Let's get out of here.
All right, so you go to grab the door, but we might want to end here because we are at 2.
Oh,
So
good ending.
Yeah, why don't we do MVP votes? And we'll pick it up next week. Good job, everyone.
No one's died.
The suspense is killing me.
I want to know if Shark said. That's generally like I'm quite.
Bum bum bum. Are you enjoying the more
I'm not gonna-
spooky gameplay of this place?
Yes, I am
Alright, good.
wholeheartedly.
Oh, 100%.
Hopefully, I know for Dotor, a lot of this doesn't make as much sense, but hopefully you're still
Actually, it's
enjoying it.
better that way. Like I'm confused a bit for like the things I missed, but it fits so well with the character. Like he's not dumb per se, but like since he's
Just a little
uninstructed,
lost.
like yeah, precisely.
All right.
He's just like, ooh, water, ooh,
I'm
strange
not
thing
gonna lie.
here.
I've got to go back and look over, like, rewatch the videos for this, just to remind myself about stuff like from the earlier in the campaign before I joined.
Yeah, he's probably a little uncomfortable because he keeps seeing his friend for some reason. But Oliver with 2 votes, you are MVP.
Let's go,
Thank you.
Oliver.
Congrats.
Well done. So you gain
It was
inspiration.
the idea of using the picture, wasn't it? Just the
Yes.
constant picture.
Just stealing the
time.
water. Pitcher time. Glug, glug, glug,
As
glug.
Dotor has, I mean, I know Dotor's told us about his friend who died, but he's not mentioned that he's been seeing her here, though, has he?
I don't think he's mentioned that yet, has he?
Nope, I did not.
He's
I
just-
just said that I did not
Okay.
recognize the bodies in the water. By the way, that's an SCP reference, but that's okay. I was just trying to check if y'all knew about
SCP.
those, but yep,
SCP
one of those.
Foundation.
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
It's one of the SCPs. I just find it funny that phrase.
What phrase?
So I was like, you don't recognize the bodies in the water. It's because it's like an SCP that if you see, like, if you recognize the bodies in the water, like you become part, like you become part of the bodies. Basically, you go.
Wait,
in
what
the water,
reference
if I
is
recall.
that? SCP?
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
They're supposed to be like made
You
up
don't?
ghost stories.
Oh, what does that stand for?
secure, contain, protect.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's pretty nice. It's a creepypasta-ish type of thing. It's a good,
Oh, neat.
actually, like,
That
truth be
sounds like
told, some of the monthly creatures you can find in that universe are quite interesting to put in within a D&D campaign. For example,
Oh, give
there's
me
the.
more ideas to scare the shit out of us.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
that
it's funny.
like
There's
that lizard thing that just doesn't die.
Yep, or the Peanut, who, if you blink or doesn't look at it, he's like the angels from Doctor Who, and just moves
Just gets closer
until he
to you.
snaps his neck. Yep, until he snaps your neck.
Oh,
There's a
that is
couple
creepy.
items too. Like there's one item, like it's pretty it makes me think a lot of the. I can't recall the name of it, but there's an item to make infinite beer. There's an SCP that's like that, if I recall.
Huh. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
And Oliver, you're going to be able to get both those journals.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will.
So I'll just add the things in the in the inventory, and I'll be done. So have a wonderful evening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take
talk to
care,
you all
everyone.
later.
I'll see you next
Bye.
time.
See you next week.